Hey, welcome guys. How's it going? Well,
Good afternoon, Figsy. How are you doing?
yeah, really good. Yourself?
Oh, I'm good. I'm here. I'm rip raring, ready to go.
Let's
After
do this. Welcome to episode number 21 of the PlayStation Collectors Podcast.
21, if it were years, it would be legal to drink here in America. So, cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers.
What's the drinking age in Australia?
It's 18.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
Ironically enough, by the time I was 18, I'd given up drinking because I was over it.
Oh man, growing up in Panama, I was in the bars at age 16, but that's a different podcast.
Yeah, nice. What's the drinking age in Panama?
Well, if you can reach the bar, that's the drinking age.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. It's been 20 years since it's been back, and they probably changed shit up since then. But yeah, if you just didn't carry yourself like an asshole, and you could reach the bar, they'd serve you a drink. It was good times.
So today, guys, we've got Rasmus on the show. Now, Rasmus is a collector from Denmark. He's got a complete PlayStation 3 set, a full PAL set, including the SingStar and Buzz game. So it is very impressive. He also collects for the PS4 as well as other PlayStation systems. So please welcome Ras onto the show. Hey, Rasmus, how's it going?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Rasmus.
Happy to be here. In Denmark, it's 18.
It's what?
It's 18. The drinking
the drinking age?
Yeah.
Do they enforce it, or can you just walk into the place and, like I said?
No, they don't enforce it. I was drinking like 12, 13 or something. So,
like in bars and clubs.
No. Behind the grocery store.
Okay.
Yeah, and also this.
No.
So yeah.
No, yeah. Growing up in Panama, yeah. If you could, you could go into bars and you can go into clubs and you can order a drink. But like I said, if you carried yourself right, you weren't like a giggling little shithead, yeah, they'd serve you. But you could easily get kicked out. I guess officially it's 18 in Panama as well. But yeah.
If you grew a couple of hairs here. Look,
I'm 18.
I'm 18.
Oh, geez, mine are all coming in white these days, but this shit anyway.
It's a lot stricter in Australia today compared to when I was 18. I remember like sneaking into bars and stuff and not having to show IDs. And these days, you like have your license scanned at premises and different things like that. So,
yeah, things. It was a simpler time, you know what I mean. It's weird growing up because in Panama there's lots of Air Force and Army bases and Navy and whatever. And on the drinking age back then was 21 in America, but if you're 18 and you're on base, you could still drink. You could drink as an American. I guess it makes sense if you're old enough to go and fight for your country. You're old enough to get a goddamn drink. So I think it's
100%.
Yeah,
I think you deserve a beer then.
Yeah,
if you fight for your country. So.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I think it's the same way on American on Army bases and military bases here in the U.S. as well. If you're 18, you can drink. It's kind of weird, but I don't know how we got into the subject of drinking. This is the PlayStation
Club. Because I had a party yesterday, and Fixie also had a party yesterday. And
I had a party by myself. Yeah,
okay. And I'm a little hungover, so I think it started there.
Well, let's get into PlayStation collecting. Rasmus, tell us about yourself and your collection, man.
Yeah, I've been collecting PlayStation like since I was 15, so 30 years. So that's a long time, yeah. And my first game was Resident Evil. Nice. I remember playing that. I was just blown away by that game. So I think that's my favorite series. That's Resident Evil, and we used to play it like I always played because I was the best at playing it, but I wasn't as good as solving the puzzles and so. And then I had my sidekicks, and they told me to do that and that and that, and blow the head off that zombie. And so it was just like, couch co-op fun back in the day with the beers, and so it's just started there. So I'm a big horror fan. So yeah.
Do you still have your original PS1 copy?
Yes, I do. Just a moment. Got a lot of shit here.
No shit, there it is.
That's the shit.
30 years later, I love that. Still in perfect condition.
Yeah. So that's of course Resident Evil 2 and 3. Also, and this one, Silent Hill, also a great series, I think.
What's the PAL? Is the PAL copy of Silent Hill 1 as crazy expensive as it is here?
It's like 1,000 kroner. That's how much is that? I don't know. $120 US dollars, something like that. $100
About
maybe.
$150 in Australia, so
Yeah. So about that.
Yeah, that cheap
So it started for me there, and I just when it got into PlayStation 2, that's where I really started to collect. I tried to go after a full Phoenix set, but unfortunately, I had to give up because it was just PlayStation 2. It was just crazy expensive. It's games like these, Gecko Blaster and Iron Chef. I don't know how much they are worth now, but I think they are worth.
You're looking over €100.
Okay. Yeah. So these are not the most expensive. So, and then I got into the PlayStation 3 collectors group, and it was just like I felt at home. And a lot of fellow collectors there from all over the world, and I decided to go after the full set, and I was just buying and buying, 4 or 5, 4 or 5 packages every week. So it was just like Christmas every day. And I just kept on because I just wanted to reach that goal. So I finally did it, and now I'm into collecting PlayStation 4. I say now I don't want a complete set, but I might be crazy to go after it. So
you're gonna go after a PS4 set?
I don't know, not at the moment, but you never know. If I get the boss, then maybe I will do it. So we will see, but I don't think so. I think this is impossible. PlayStation 3 was possible. PlayStation 4 is just a whole other animal, I think. How many games are there now? 3,000?
Over 3,000. It's
42,762. I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
No, Nils is over 3,000 now, so it's like ridiculous.
Rasmus, do you have Phoenix Games? Do you have what is it? Snow White and the 7 Naughty Boys?
No. I never got that one. So
and that's a Phoenix game, though. I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And how much? What's that thing going for? I mean, is that an expensive game? Is that sought after?
I thought it was like $100 around that mark.
Okay, I think the Italian inclusive is it Ocean Command or something like that. I think these are the one that goes for. I think there's a couple. I can't remember. I think
Well, if you took Phoenix games, the PS1 Phoenix games is where it's at. There's at least 20 of them that are well over like €100. It's absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Which makes collecting a full PS1 set not that enjoyable because it's like you're buying shovelware titles as the grails as compared to the American set where all the grails are like JRPGs or horror games. It's very interesting.
It's sounds like Phoenix collecting is exactly like PS4 collecting today, because I got a real problem with a lot of these games coming out now. You know, these 8-bit, 16-bit games, they're super rare. Arab drift cars for example. Oh man, it's dude, are you chasing a copy of Arab drift cars, Rasmus?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, no! Don't do it, man.
No. I can't help myself. So I got Tristan working on it. So if anyone can, he can. So
I'm after a copy as well. Yeah. It's one of those games that you don't want to not have it.
Exactly. It's just so fucking stupid. You have to have it.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Phoenix.
Yeah,
Phoenix.
It's the problem. It's always that stupid fucking game that's $2,000 or something. And now I'm saying it. This one is gonna be through the roof. I think the holy grail of PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
It's always this kind of game. And I can't find this.
Actually interesting.
I had a very difficult time to find this as a very difficult. But
Barbie has been coming up too often as the subject on this goddamn podcast.
Games like these. Germany's next top model, and of course Hannah.
A friend of mine just recently picked up that damn that with a high school the teenage
Monster
goth
High.
game. Yes, Monster High.
Monster High, yeah.
That's sought after?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like €60 over here.
Oh man.
That's actually a really popular series. I sell those books and DVDs all the time. Anytime I see Monster High, I pick it up.
I guess big titty goths is a thing now. I don't know what to tell you, man.
On the Barbie game, that's interesting. I noticed you said you had a hard time finding it because I did as well. What I've noticed about that game is it's never really dropped below like the $40 mark, which is quite interesting because A, it wouldn't have sold well, and B, like the 3DS game that we all know about, collectors are after it.
Exactly.
I agree with you. Like 5 years down the track, that could be $100 plus, and there's no reasons why it won't be because it had a very, you assume a low print run because it was hard to get for all collectors.
Exactly. I had to flip through like 1,000 ads on something called DBA. It's like eBay, but it's owned by eBay, but it's not like eBay, with auction and stuff. It's more like a used good market, like Facebook market. And I couldn't find this, and then sometimes I just go on that site and I flip through all the, because not always they say which game it is, Barbie or Call of Duty or something. Then you have to look at the pictures. So it looked like 1,000 pictures. And then I found one selling a PlayStation 3 with some games, and Barbie was there. And I told him if he wanted to sell it separately. He didn't want to do that. And then I said my daughter would be very, very disappointed. And I don't have any children, but I needed that game. And he finally agreed to send it to me. So that's the story. I was so desperate. I just needed that fucking Barbie game. So.
You're like Smithers from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Barbie
yeah.
Stacy dolls.
It's fucking.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
And you have to do that kind of things to get some games. Yeah. You really have to do your homework. Just like Fixie, you told about the Finnish side. Where you use the Google Translate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just a moment. Yeah. What was that boss game? Oh, my final game was actually Boss Norway.
And I also Meister?
What?
Norwegian Meister?
Yeah, Boss Norgesmester.
That was hard. That was my second last game, so it was a tough one to get.
Yeah, and I had to, just like you, go into some Norwegian site. It's not a problem for me because I'm Danish, but I finally found one, and just like a soccer mom, and she didn't have PayPal, and she didn't want to install it. She couldn't do that. Then I had to. Then they have a paying system in Norway that we don't have here in Denmark. And then, unfortunately, I had a friend who lived in Norway, and he still had his account, and then I could ship money to her through that. Yeah, and then just had to wait on the post. It was like a month or something before it arrived. So, yeah, it's just like crazy stories like that, and you just have to. Just with Croatia, I did a search on Facebook Marketplace for the Croatian boss. Then I found some Croatian guy on Facebook. I didn't know who he was, and I asked him if he wanted to sell me one, and he did. And then I transferred money to him. I didn't know if he could just have cheated me, but he didn't. So, and I think most people are honest,
I was just going to say that. There's a lot of good people.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people out there. Of course, there's always one, and it's always the one we are talking about. I think I've been cheated like once or twice, and I have done like thousands and thousands of deals. So, of course, you get a neck of who is cheating you or not with the experience, but still, I think it's not a problem here in Denmark, at least. I don't know if it's a problem in US.
It's definitely a problem in the US. Yeah, you can't. I don't trust anybody out here.
Yeah.
If you're a seller, if you're selling games and you're not offering PayPal, your friends, goods and services, forget it, because you're getting ripped off. It's just really bad, because the Americans are a bunch of crooked dickheads. It is what it is.
You said it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't make a friends and family payment to me, because I'm fucking keeping that shit. Fuck you guys. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Yeah, you'll get your game.
Just on that.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I believe you're the third person in the world to actually complete the buzz set. It's like a very significant achievement, and like congratulations, because it's not something that you can just do. You can't just go on eBay and buy these games.
No, exactly.
Yeah. You have to really step out of your comfort zone and think, how am I going to think out of the box? Like you said, you looked up Croatian Facebook Marketplace and found the copy there. You went on a Danish website. So there's a lot of people listening that would be missing 5 or 6 of these games, missing, some of the SingStar games. And it's the same. You've got to think out of the box, look for collectors in those countries, and don't just reach out to them, if you just reach out to someone and say, get me these games, they're not going to get them for you. But if you have games to get for them, maybe,
exactly.
You're in Denmark. I know you traded with me Denske Hits. Is that the Danish hit?
SingStar, do you know, Danske Hits, and Boss Danske Genier, hedder det. It's called.
Exactly, and to someone in like Portugal or Spain or Australia or New Zealand, those games would be so hard to find. Just on that, how many copies of those particular titles have you traded with other collectors?
The Boss SingStars. I don't know. Not so many, like maybe 6 or 7 or something of
It's
each.
still pretty significant, though.
Yeah, and I got like 5 or 6. So because I always buy these if they're very cheap. So yeah. So
well, if anyone listening needs one of these games, feel free to reach out to Russ.
Of course.
Not to mention, Figsy, you're sitting on a pile of South African SingStars. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've actually traded every
for?
single copy away to collectors already. So
oh, really? You said you're going to give me one for Christmas, you fuck.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. No, you didn't. But
I'm working on a trade for more copies. So.
No, I wanted it for a split second, and then you showed me the price tag. I was like, man, fuck that shit. I don't want that.
I think I got 20 PMs that day about that game. I'll be honest, it was actually really overwhelming. So,
I am a collector, like both you guys. I collect video games, but there's still some games I just can't wrap my head around, paying that much money for. And, the SingStar and the Buzz games, I just don't get it. I don't know, maybe it's a cultural thing, but I just don't get it. But are you drinking Tuborg, Rasmus?
No, Pepsi Max.
Okay. Am I wrong? Is Tuborg a Danish beer?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Carlsberg also.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. You drinking beer?
I probably should. A beer in the morning is when you're hungover. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hair of the dog that bit you, man. It takes that shit right away. Either that, or you could drink some leche de tigre, but that's a hangover cure. I'll tell you about another time.
I don't understand where you're coming from, though, Will. Like when I first started collecting the SingStar or Buzz games, my limit was $20. I wasn't paying more than that. And then it got to a point where every single one I wanted was more than that. And I was slowly paying more and more. And like by the end of it, I was paying like 60 euros to get the last couple. And it was, it hurt, but it's one of those completionist things. You just want to finish it. You want to get to the end of that finish line, and it feels good once you do.
I really regret not getting the Boss and SingStar a little earlier. I said like, no, I don't want that shit. And then so because I think they shit, but you have to have it like to complete the series, and they are the hardest. There are like, is it 37? I think PlayStation 3 SingStar games.
No, I thought it was more than. I think it's like 45.
Oh, okay, but it's fucking crazy to do. Yeah. So I had a harder time with the SingStar, I think. Of course, I got lucky on the Boss and Boss with Kevin. He helped me with that one. I actually traded a couple of games. I can't remember which game. So good deal on that. So yeah.
Between you, just you guys and me. Don't tell this to anybody else, but I have a complete PS2 NTSC SingStar set. Yes, it's true. The hardest one to get in that set was SingStar Latino, and because it was a Mexican exclusive, as you know how they do that. But I found one off of GameFly. GameFly is like do you remember Netflix back in the day? Well, I don't know if it was how they did it over there, but Netflix back in the day,
the mail service.
Yeah, you get a disc, and then you pick your disc online. They send you the disc in the mail. You watch it, and then you send it back. And GameFly is the same thing, but for video games. and you can also buy games from them as well. And I was looking and looking and looking for SingStar Latino, and they had one. And I was like, oh, so I was all happy when I finally got one. But yeah, I do have a full set SingStar PS2 NTSC, and but don't tell anybody. It's kind of embarrassing.
It isn't.
Like, what, 10 games.
I think it's about. It's like 10 games. Yeah.
You got the David Hasselhoff one.
Yeah, that's a Germany exclusive.
The extended Baywatch uncut version.
Oh, I would. Yeah, it's just they for whatever reason the Germans love David Hasselhoff. I don't know. I didn't make this up. He's just huge in Germany.
Yeah.
It's big in Germany. So
Aha.
and but so yeah. If there was a SingStar David Hasselhoff, I would have to have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, it doesn't exist.
Funny you mentioned the PS2. The PAL PS2 SingStar and Buzz sets are actually bigger than the PS3 sets. So hats off to anyone who's completed those.
Oh Jesus! What is this? Is this the Danish?
It's exactly it's like a promo version or something.
No manual?
No, it's just a promo version.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Has it got a barcode?
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, on the PS3, the promos for Buzz were also in like the PS3 case, but again, they have no barcode. Where all the other promos have the little CD case. So that's interesting. It's the same for PS2. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
How big is it?
We're talking about promos. I really love these kind of things. I think that they are
that looks strange as fuck to me.
yeah, it does, but they are unique, and that's why I like them.
I'm a fan too. I only collect them if they've got the artwork like that.
Yeah, of course. Katamari forever,
Well,
I just think, there's not many of them out there, and not of this. Maybe Call of Duty or something, but this one is I think it's pretty. I don't know, but I would think so, and of course this one too. Much rarer than the retail copy, and that's why I think it's great to collect these ones.
I grabbed a couple of my favorites. So I've got one without artwork, and it wasn't actually released with artwork, and that of course is Bloodborne.
Yeah, cool.
And then of course we've got Dark Souls 3.
I need that one. Ooh,
Dark Souls 2. And Dark Souls 2 on PS3.
I actually have one promo game. Oh, it's right here. I brought it up because I wanted to show it off tonight. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but this is a promo copy of Amori. This is some high.
Never heard of it.
No shit. Yeah, no.
It must be very rare.
Yeah, Amori.
It's one of a kind.
Yeah. This is a promo copy. Amori. All right, guys, again, excuse me because whoever's got 29 minutes and 31 seconds and counting, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Ding. I'll say, Ras, how many games are in your collection total?
Oh, I don't know.
Should have asked you that one before the show.
I was actually thinking about it yesterday, but I'm rearranging my room. Maybe we can go for a little tour. I don't know if that's could be a thing. It's not finished yet, but yeah. No. Can I flip the cam?
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, okay. I don't think I can. But
oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. I
Yeah, it
just
looks
want,
beautiful. I love it. I love
yeah,
the white shells.
yeah.
You can obviously see where the SingStar games are, the rainbow.
Yeah. So you can see it's not, and over here you got the the PlayStation 4 games. Yeah, you can see those on the top there.
The collector's editions.
No, the Borderlands. Those ones there up. You can see the. Yeah, wow. It's something from GameStop. It's just.
Oh, like the big promotional cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's and over there in the back it's like the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 1. But yeah, it's a miss. It's a miss right now. So yeah, I get it sorted today, I think. So
I think it looks good. I love the PS3
Yeah.
shells. That is amazing.
it's IKEA shelves. So it would be greater if we could flip the camera and I just like film it, but yeah, I don't know how to.
Maybe in the future we'll do something where you can film a video, send it to me, and I'll upload it on YouTube so everyone can check out the game collection.
Yeah, because I always missed like you when you got the collectors on your show. If they could show their collection room, that would be great. Like like if you get Christian on, I don't know, his English is not so good, but still,
He hasn't got his collection set up, but yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean exactly.
yeah. I actually had my collection here in the living room, and I just felt like I didn't want it to, and a little bit over there and there. And I just made a decision to because this room was like guest room with a little guest bed, and I had the guest bed in here, and I just wanted to finally have a room just for all my games. So yeah, so I'm looking, looking forward to finish it.
You might have remembered the series I did a couple of years ago, where
Yeah.
I went and visited a couple of collectors, Desmond and Grant, and we went to their house and filmed the game collections, and it was really cool. I had a plan to like travel the world and do all this in 2019, and then the little thing called COVID came along and
Yeah.
sort of put a hold on that. But hopefully one day we'll get to that series again, and it'll be awesome.
You know what I've always wanted to do is visit. You guys remember the show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous? You guys know what I'm talking about? No, it wasn't a big hit. Well, anyway, this guy would go around and he would fucking visit all sorts of people, and they'd show off their yachts and their cars. I would like to do the same thing, but go with a camera crew and just visit people's game rooms, and just
Exactly.
a whole show just based on that. That'd be rad as hell.
You know what we could do, Will? We could get an RV van, get $50,000 off all our viewers, and travel America like Metal Jesus for 30 months.
Set up the Patreon. Let's fucking fire that shit up. And if there's any money left over, we'll fucking reprint fucking.
I watched that video the
SingStar
other day.
Denmark.
Someone made a response to it. And it's the most cringiest video ever.
What now? What?
The video where they asked for the 50 grand to fund the trip to go around America.
I must have missed that one. Metal Jesus Rocks asked his viewers to kick down 50 grand so he could travel the U.S. in a tour bus.
Yeah, him and Master Paul, they were drinking one night, and I'll link you the video, but it's worth watching. It's pretty cringy. I'm surprised he hasn't actually removed it from the channel. I like Metal Jesus, but he's done some very questionable things.
Yeah. If he got like 50,000 viewers, it's just like $1 each. So,
yeah.
Yeah, so you could just make a little donation thing, and yeah.
So what?
It's not that crazy, I think. So
yeah, we could get gas money for here to California and back, maybe.
Yeah, 50,000 is crazy, I think, but maybe a trip around Australia or something. Yeah, to start with.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And it's just like you can see their collection, how they place their collection, and little tips and tricks and so on. That could be very cool to see. Because
I'd love to do it, but I'd never ask people to fund the trip.
No, of course not.
Basically, like a holiday. It'd be like the dream trip of a lifetime. If anything, I'd be grateful if people would let us in their houses to film and blah blah blah. That would be the coolest thing. Going to game shops with other collectors. I remember when I visited Brisbane, I went game shopping with my friend Grant and my friend Ben, and it's cool to go to game shops with your friends because it's like you show them games that are cool that you've got, and vice versa. It's just it's different to talking on Instagram or Facebook. It's really cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, every place we'd visit, then somebody'd be like, "I'm missing a few games," and then fucking my next pickup on Facebook. Look what I got. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not that good.
Well, by the way, Will, I think we got a winner here. Turner was a minute off.
Oh man. Yeah, it's usually around the 30-minute mark. So it's a small window. You got from here forward, if you want to participate in the Will's Bladder game, you're gonna have to add seconds to the fucking thing to get it right. Hey, Rasmus, you post a lot of PS4 pickups. At what rate are you bringing in the games? I mean, is it 10 a week? Is it 10 a month? How many games you getting in, and how often you think?
It really shifts because I only buy like games now that are cheap, like 10 euros or something like that. Of course, if there's something that very special, I will pay more. So it really depends. Are there any good bargains out there? And if I have to get the sealed ones, I have to get them now. And I'm mostly buying from web shops and local web shops and etc. And of course, my little retro shop in town. I talked about that, Fixie, the games where it's like 100 kroner. It's 14 euro. All games, 100 kroner.
I've seen the photos of your shop.
Yeah.
Just on that, Ras, I wanted to ask you, what type of video game shops are in Denmark? And just on that question.
That's it. That's it. We have no GameStops or Sexes or whatever. So we had GameStops, but they were useless for us collectors. Way overpriced. It's just not like in the US where I picked this up for $1. Okay, it's like $100 here. So for Uncharted or something like that. So yeah, it wasn't a thing for me. I mainly built my collection from Facebook Marketplace or the DBA I was talking about earlier. Just dealing with soccer moms and etc. And they just mailed the games to me, or I drove out if it was nearby. Just buying a lot of lots. I think I still have like 20 PlayStation 3 machines because I just they wouldn't sell one or two games, and I have to buy them. Oh, okay, yeah, of course. So I looked. Okay, there's 5 games here. That's worth what she's asking, and then I would try to sell the rest of it. And sometimes I broke even.
Around here, that's called hunting in the wild.
Exactly.
Ras, I know you sent me some photos of what I believe was a convention that you had a couple of months ago. Yeah. We don't have things like that, at least where I am. It looked really cool.
It's just like a big retro market where You know, all the old, it's not my strong side, all the old consoles like Nintendo and what is it called, Amiga and all the
Atari.
Atari,
Sega.
all that. Then they set it up, and you can come. Of course, you can buy games, but you can also come and try it. They have like the CTR TV, the little ones, and they connected it at the toll booth, the booth. Is it called that? Yeah. And then you could play the games, and it's just, we have a copy here, and you could buy the machines and so on, the consoles. So of course I had the PlayStation with me. So it was very, very cool market. They have that once a year. My first time visiting it. So yeah, cool experience.
Did they bring in any big name YouTubers to come in? And...
No. It's just it's not like here. It's not like YouTube is a big thing like that. It's more in the small communities on Facebook and etc. It's more here where you get to know each other. It's just like there's some famous YouTube collector. No, it's not like that here. So,
is there?
I remember the videos you sent me. It looked amazing. I wish I could visit.
Yeah.
I just gotta let my dog out, guys. I'll be right back.
Is there is there a big Danish YouTuber out there like Figsy? Is Figsy the big is Figsy the big Australian YouTuber? I don't know, maybe. Is there like a big famous Danish YouTuber out there that you watch, or
no? There are some Danish YouTubers, but it's not with PlayStation or collecting. No, so I don't follow any YouTubers. I follow Fixie and Metal Diesel, you know, and of course PlayStation 3 ain't that.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
You lying son of a bitch.
That's it. No, that's true. That's true. That's actually true. So
Jay, I gotta tip my hat to James Johnson. He's carrying most of the weight over there, and with his PS5 collection. I'm not there yet. Hopefully I'll get a PS5 in 2023, but I'm not excited. I'm not excited for the system. I'm still waiting for that game, that PS5 exclusive game to come out that really gets me excited for it to go out and grab one. Do you have a PS5 yet, Rasmus?
Yeah, I do. I got it at launch. So yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Was it easy for you to pull off, or?
Yeah, yes, it was. Yeah. No problem.
Well, fuck yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Over here.
I could have gotten like 10 more to this day, and it's because I have the connections or what do you say? So yeah, so it's no problem for me getting a PlayStation 5. Of course, now they are more expensive than in retail. So I paid 4,000 kroner. That's like what's that?
$500.
Yeah, 500 bucks. Yeah.
500 is retail.
Did you pre-order before they got released, Raz?
What?
Did you pre-order your PS5 before they actually got released?
Yeah, I think they had like you had to write up. Yeah, pre-order. Yeah.
So
I think so. Yeah.
I found if you pre-ordered, they were easy to get. But anyone who tried to get one, like on the day they came out or after, had significant trouble.
Yeah. But I run a Danish PlayStation group, as you know, Fixie, and people there are like, if there's a PlayStation 5 available, they post it right away. And sometimes they send it to me directly, the link, and it's like 20 minutes later, there's no more. But that's why I got an easy access to it, and I helped a couple of my friends getting a PlayStation 5. So yeah, it's no problem because I have a community to help me.
No, so
Otherwise, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And with all the scalpers and so on, we actually had like people, if they saw some scalpers which were in our group, they told me and I banned them because I don't want that shit, because if they're in the group to get that info and then buy all the PlayStation 5 and then sell it for overpriced, they're not welcome. So yeah, that's my opinion.
There you go. Shit,
Yeah.
Sheriff Rasmus. Yeah. Oh yeah. The scalping was rampant over here, but no, I never got one. I'm not going to overpay. I'll wait. I'll wait for the goddamn PS5 Slim if I have to.
Yeah. So I actually really love the PlayStation 5. It's it's silent, and you can play PlayStation 4 games on it, and the controllers are just great, and it's just a big improvement to the PlayStation 4, I think. So I'm very happy.
Add something to the scalpers. Are you guys aware of what some of the retail shops have been doing? So in Australia, a lot of the PS5s obviously sold out. So some retailers, I know for a fact, Harvey Norman have been doing this because some employees have come out and said this. So they have PS5s in stock. What they'll do is they'll put one on the floor and they'll sell the PS5 as a bundle. So you have to buy a PS5, a controller, a game, 12-month warranty, blah, blah, blah. It's like $1,200. Yeah. So they're like, let's just skip the scalpers out. We'll take that $400 ourselves. And it's like $1,200 to get it. It's actually disgusting. The employees are then saying there's like 50 of them out the back, but we have to say this is the last one. Yeah. If you don't get this, sorry, we're not going to sell it by itself. Like, who's worse in that case, the scalper or the retailer? Like,
it's the same here. You got the big hypermarkets, just like Walmart, and we got a one called Bilka here, and it's just like they got we got something called Yes Please offers. It's like on Facebook, and then you they say they have a limited amount, and then you say yes please in the comments, and then you get one if you're quick enough. That's how it works, and I know someone working out in Bilka. They got like on the what they call stock. They got a lot of out in the back. It's very, very disgusting. Then they sell, you get one extra controller and and one game, and then you pay like 2,000 kroners. It's like $200 or something more. Yeah, that's
and it's disgusting. Not a new game. It's a game that came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a Demon Souls and Gran Turismo bundle, and it'll be like an extra $200 for the two of them.
There's a bullshit. I've seen one store locally they do this thing, but I don't know if you have these. There's rent to own. You guys are familiar with this concept?
No,
I've done it before, and I'll never do it again.
Yeah, well, this place they got PS5s. You can get them, but they're rent to own. You gotta make a payment plan. You gotta get in on it. And so I messaged this place. I was like, well, what if I just wanted to buy the PS5, straight up? Oh, they're like, oh yeah, it's $700. Fuck you. You can eat a piece of shit. Eat a dick. But it's just another way. Hopefully this holiday season, that shit is a thing of the past. But there'll still be people out there trying to get their trying to get a little extra off of whoever. But and there's someone's out there who's going to pay for it. As long as people are paying for it, people are going to keep doing it. But
fortunately, FOMO is real, and people really buy into the fear of missing out.
FOMO.
Exactly. But I'm experiencing more and more people in my PlayStation group saying like, fuck PlayStation 5. I'm just keeping my PlayStation 4, and I'm happy with that. because I don't want to, participate in that. You can call a scam or something, but yeah. But it's a small community of hardcore gamers and collectors. Soccer moms, they want to buy a PlayStation 5 for the kids, and
Little Timmy.
yeah, little Tim, yeah.
Hell yeah. Soccer moms, please contact me if you want to if you want to trade your PS, if you want a PS5, you want to trade it for old rare games, I'm here for you. Oh man, no. Have you ever flipped the PS5 yet, Fixie?
I haven't for myself, but I've sold them at the pawn shop. And I chatted to the owner before we did this, and we agreed that we were just going to sell them for retail. So I put them on Facebook for retail, and it was first person to come in with the money gets it.
Oh yeah, that's rather.
And I think we sold 3 or 4 of them, and not one of them lasted more than a day.
That's rather uncapitalistic of you. Wow, that's surprising. You should have jacked that shit up, man. No, nothing on that face.
Sometimes you got to be a good person. Right?
No, stop it. You're an eBay reseller. You're not a good person. I'm kidding, dude.
Just trying to pay the bills, well.
Yeah, you gotta pay the bill.
Yeah, but sometimes it also pays out to be a nice person, someone you can trust, and someone who takes care of the games you're selling. They are in order. It's like they're shelf ready. And I have a lot of loyal customers. I really don't have time to sell, but I have some guys who are contacting me now and then and say, "What do you have of games, Rasmus?" "Oh, okay, I've got these and these. Oh, got a lot of extra good shit." And they buy off me because they know it's safe and you get quality.
It's a reputation you earn, and it'll pay off in the long run. Yeah.
And if there's something wrong, like something I've missed, manual, or there's some stickers or something, then we sort it out. So no problem. So yeah. And I think
eBay or in the communities with a lot of our sellers will use friends and family with trusted people. I know in my Discord group, for example, I'll vouch for certain sellers when they post things if they're well known, because no one wants to give PayPal extra money. And in this world, like we were talking before, Will, it's hard to trust people. But once you've dealt with people a certain amount of times, like if I was selling games to you, Rasmus, I would always use friends and family. It's
of course,
no brainer. Yeah. To Will, on the other hand, I've got to get that protection.
We all know what Will's like. No, listen, dude. I kid, dude. I'm not gonna tour America and steal people's games. I'm not gonna take your money if you send it friends and family. I've been selling. I resell too, and I've been at it for 3 years reselling, and I've only ever had one item come back, and I refunded the money. But I've earned a reputation, I'd like to believe, and I'm not a shady dickhead. Have you ever vouched for somebody and then the shit went south?
I guess so, but it was people in the community, like 1 or 2, 3 bad eggs have popped up in the community who have done good trades over the years. I know I've been burnt myself, so it happens and it's going to happen. People are always going to see opportunities, but I like to believe that most people out there are good. And
but it's also where you come from. Fix, you also told me in Australia, it's more you can trust people. It's like this also in Europe and Denmark. Maybe it's different in the US, but here we are just like. Okay, on Facebook Marketplace, I want to buy this lot. Okay, you can transfer money. Okay, I transfer money, and here's the address. Like, That's it, and they ship it to you. So yeah, it's there's no reason not to trust people in here at least. So yeah.
What are you saying, fucking America? What are you saying about America? No, I'm kidding.
No. I said,
I'm kidding.
Don't
No.
misunderstand. I met a lot of great Americans. So I really like Americans. So it's not like that. It's just like maybe it's unfortunately the culture is like that. You said it yourself. I think that's a shame. There's a lot of good Americans, but there are maybe some bad eggs.
There are tons of bad eggs. And I'm only pulling you. I'm just messing with you, Rasmus. I belong to a group called the I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but the admin investigative group, and it's just a group of Facebook admins, and all they do, and anytime there's a scam or someone's scamming, they put it up in this group, and everybody in this group, they go back to their group and they find this guy or gal. If they're in that group, they eject them immediately. And it's just what it is.
That's good shit.
You got to police it.
Yeah.
So there's a community of Facebook admins. They're all watching out for each other, and anytime someone tries to pull a scam, they report it, and there's a list. And if you're on this list, you're not going to be in any of the groups. It's weird. Well, it's not weird. It's just a good thing, and they just eject dickheads and look out. And some of these guys are like Sherlock Holmes on the internet. If somebody posts something a little suspicious, they'll reverse image search that. They'll find the image, and then oh, here it is. Here's the guy. Boom, get him out, and all the other admins are on top. He's out. But it is true. A lot of dickheads for every good seller. There's at least 3 fucking dickheads out there, and you got to stay on top of it.
Yeah. So you got a separate group for this, a separate Facebook group or what?
Yeah, it's called I can't remember the exact name because admin investigative group or something.
Okay.
And it's just the group is just filled with admins of Facebook groups, and it's video games, it's comic books, it's trading cards, it's Legos, it's toys.
All the collectors.
And
Cool.
anytime someone does something sketchy, they get reported, and all the admins go back and they check on their groups and they find this guy and then they kick him out.
Okay. Here it's a little different. I post if I see a scammer and some of my members we posted in the group and it is also got posted in the other groups. And if I see it, I post it in my group. You understand? I'm a member of a lot of PlayStation groups, and if one of it posts this is a scam, I warn my members, and etc.
What's it? Plug your groups, Rasmus. What are these other groups outside of PlayStation collectors and PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 collectors that you belong to?
Yeah, I got a Danish group. It's called PlayStation for Adults. It's called. It's because we didn't want some 15-year kids, so posting streaming from YouTube or whatever. It's just like a group, where you can find someone to play with and share experiences, also collectors things, but it's also like you can get help if my PlayStation 4 controllers are not connecting or whatever. I need to set up a family sharing whatever, so it's like a support group also where you can meet gamers and you can play with them online for someone in the group, so you're not playing with a 12-year-old kid who's just running around,
when you put 4 adults on it, I don't know, it sounds sort of like porn. That's all.
it does. if you say it on English, yeah. So.
It's interesting though. I find in the gaming collecting community, at the end of the day, the core community is like a small group, and once someone does something, like it gets around pretty quickly, and those people are excluded from trades and certain things like that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Take 10 years to build a reputation, but you can ruin it in like 2 seconds.
You can ruin it with just one fucking deal, and then one asshole just talking shit on you. It's true. But it's a tight knit community, and we got. I mean, who else is gonna watch our back? Shit. All right, guys. On that note, I'm gonna say time out. I gotta go pee again. Bye.
Did anyone guess he had to pee twice?
At 1 minute, 1 minute past the hour, guys. If you had that, you got a bonus point. Just get some messages from chat up. Stefan was saying, "Morning, guys. A local shop has Barbie new for €30. Maybe I should go get it. I'd be grabbing that for 30
Get that fucking shit. Yes." Good morning, Steven.
Robert was saying, "I'm with Will. I wouldn't pay $120 for a sealed copy of Ghostbusters on PS4.
Me neither.
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I was reading something interesting from Eric. Eric was saying, "I've had good luck with my groups in the US, and I've used game shops all across the country to check and act as third party." What were your groups, Eric? I'm interested now. I'm certainly involved with lots of Facebook groups, but I don't really use Facebook as much these days. I try and avoid it, to be honest. I find Facebook's full of ads, and no offense to anyone, but there's a lot of stupid people on Facebook, and I'm sure everyone's fully aware of this. So, I stick to, I would say, Twitter and Discord and Instagram more than Facebook these days.
So he's like, if he's living in Pennsylvania and there's a GameStop or what that had some good games, he would go to the GameStop and then ship it to another collector. Is it like that, or?
I've done that myself. And actually, that was something I wanted to touch on as well. I don't know if you do this, Ras, but I've got a lot of collectors that they actually have my address saved to their eBay store, and they're all in different countries, and I've got their address on my eBay. So what we do is, anytime you want to go, say, buy a game from Sweden, you can browse Sweden eBay and buy it. I'll send it to this person, and if they want to buy games in Australia, they send it to me. They send me a message.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm sure you've done it with me, and after you get 10 or 15 games, I send you a package back, and you're paying postage once instead of paying it 10 times, and it's how to complete a set. You cannot do it another way. It's so expensive.
Exactly, but unfortunately, we don't have eBay in Denmark, and they don't have eBay in Sweden, I think. It's like, but I have your address, Kevin's address in the UK, Christian's in Germany, and Nico's in Italy. So so it's more like they're helping me and not the other way around. So
that's probably why I mentioned it, because I'm like, I haven't got your address on my eBay.
No, because we don't have an eBay in Denmark, unfortunately. Actually, Kevin actually helped me, because there's a lot of PlayStation 3 games. They're just not they're not here in Denmark. You have to get them from the UK. And Kevin actually helped me. I bought a lot of games at Sex, Sex store. It's like a GameStop store, and I just sent it to him. I don't know how, like 100 games or something crazy. Yeah. So I actually got banned from Sex now, because I visited that site so many times that they thought I was I don't know why I got banned, because I was in another country, So if I go into sex now, it's like no access. So I don't know. So,
That's actually really crazy that they banned you.
yeah.
They probably thought it was like money laundering or something like that.
Yeah, it's just I think it's a security thing. Just a moment.
Few more people in the chat. Shadow, g'day, Shadow. Nice to see you, Matty.
I don't know if you can see it's white. No, you
No, I
can't.
can't see it. It's all
It
white.
said access denied. You cannot access UK rebuy. Yeah, so I don't know why. Probably thought I was a hacker or something. Yeah, maybe.
G'day, Battery.
But yeah, to finish that up, I couldn't really have done this without Kevin and Nico and Christian and of course you and a lot of other peoples. I couldn't have completed the full set because there's so many games that are not here in Denmark. So
I would go out on a limb and say almost all of us wouldn't have full sets if it wasn't for Mark in South America or Lewis in Brazil.
Mark, exactly.
So many collectors in America and certain collectors in different European countries.
Exactly.
Over in Spain, Cuba in Portugal. It's an amazing community, It's in particular those SingStar and Buzz games is like those are the ones that if you finish that set, it's because you've become part of the community and people have got you these games. It's like they're just not on eBay, and it's an interesting part of collecting because it's like it doesn't matter how much money you've got, you can't complete these sets without friendships. To me, I wouldn't sell those games because I look at them like, so and so got me this game and so and so got me this game, and they've all got attachments to it. It's not just like I bought that on eBay, I bought this one on eBay, I bought this one at the game shop. It's a little bit different, and
exactly. And on that note, we're talking about this one, Lost in the Rain. I actually got this one for free from an Australian guy called Grant. You know who it is. It was just like crazy. Okay, Rasmus, I got an extra copy. It was like 3 years ago or something. Of course, it wasn't as expensive as it is today, but still, And he just, I want you to have it. Okay, thanks. And then I felt like a little bad because I hadn't anything to offer him. And back in the day, the NCAA 14 football is like crazy expensive. But here,
it was like
no one knew what it was, and we got imported games here. So I just went like on DBA and Facebook, and I found like 3 or 4 copies. Sold one to a couple to 2 of my friends, and kept one, and then I shipped the other one to Grant because I know he wanted that one. So yeah, it's not as expensive as Lost in the Rain, but it was the best I could do. So yeah, I just I was just blown away about the generosity. He just wanted. I want you to have that game, Rasmus. Yeah.
Grant, if you're listening, Grant, I don't have a copy of Lost in the Rain either. So just saying.
Yeah. And it's just like stories with that. Another friend, he gave me Africa. What the fuck? And I helped him with other games. I want you to have this because I know this game. You really want this game, and I got it for like cheap because I was lucky. And I already have a copy, so why not give you the game? So it's So it's like what did Kevin say? Pay it forward. I think that's a very good thought. If someone helps you, pay it forward, and then it spreads in the community. So yeah, I like that.
Have you noticed, Russ, since COVID started, that's less prevalent? I noticed like prior to 2020,
this is
happen all the time. But once the price of games sort of increased, people sort of held on to them more. I've noticed.
Yes. Yeah. Then people get greedy. Me included. So
I was
I'm no saint. So I'm not. But before COVID, when the PlayStation 3 games were cheap, it was more. There was more, like generosity or what do you say? So yeah, it's just like that. So it's yeah.
I heard that. Hey, guys, I every week we like to assign our guests homework, and we of course do the homework as well. Figsy, was this your homework plan? I believe.
Yeah. So the idea is we're going to show a game. Well, the World Cup's on. If you don't know, the FIFA World Cup's on. So we figured we do a FIFA World Cup theme. So we're going to show a game of a team. Well, originally it was a team that we think is going to win the World Cup, but if you don't have those, just a team of a country that's in the World Cup.
And I'm gonna go first because I don't have a dog in this fight. I mean the U.S. isn't. We're in there. We've advanced. I've been following them. I don't wake up at 3 a.m. to watch the games like Pigsy does, but I have been following it, and we've tied both games, right? We tied Wales and we tied the UK, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. America hasn't lost yet. America's on 2 points.
So since we tied the UK, that means we're just as good as them in soccer, right? Is that correct? Is that how that works? I don't know. But anyway.
Does anyone from the UK want to argue that?
I actually think the UK have never beaten the US in soccer. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the thing.
You're right.
Yeah.
I've seen a stat. They've played 3 games, 2 draws, and the US have won 1.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm going to take that as fact. But anyway, the game I picked for this evening, for our World Cup theme, it's a game from Germany. It's a game from Germany. I know because of the fucking ugly USK sticker on it, and also it's a game about Germans, and that game is there it is, Iron Sky Invasion. As you can see right there, you got that ugly USK. This is a game about a bunch of Nazis that were sitting on the moon waiting to invade the US or the world, I guess. But anyway, there you go. I picked this because my last name is Schultz, which is a German last name. Somewhere, way in the past, somebody got on a boat and came to the U.S., and here I am. I'm a product of that. And there you go. There's my German game. If U.S. drops out, this is who. Well, I don't think Costa Rica is going to make it because they border Panama. I was going to root for them, but they suck ass, so I'm not worried about them. So if the U.S. drops out, this is who I'm rooting for. This is who I think is going to win the World Cup right here, Germany. So
potentially that could not age well in 24 hours. Well,
what are you talking about?
Germany play Spain tonight, and they need to either draw or win to make it through.
Oh well, you know what? Fuck that. Then I'm gonna root for the Spaniards because this is where my grandmother's from. She emigrated from Spain to Panama. Well, a bunch of immigrants over here, but anyway, there you go. There you go. Iron Sky Invasion. There's my game. So that's my World Cup game. Oh, it was going to be Omori, but I don't think the Japanese made it to the fucking World Cup.
Actually, Japan beat Germany, so maybe you should have stayed Omori.
All right, who's next?
Russ, you go.
Okay. I'm not sure if this one is Brazilian, but it's from over there. So I picked this one because I think Brazil will win the World Cup.
Is that Digitalis?
Favoritos. Heavy Rain. Can you see it now?
Favoritos. Okay, I got you. I thought it was a Digitalis. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Wait, is Mexico in it? Because I think that's a Mexican game, isn't it?
Or Denmark. What's it called?
Oh, okay. And this we talked about this earlier. This is also going to segue into another segment we do. Figsy named that game. So, Rasmus, if you could just show us the spine, so Figsy could read it because it's not very visible.
Is it like the? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, there you go. There, yeah, just push
So
it
we got Hugo.
closer to the screen. Push it closer, a little closer. Put it all the way up there, like
Hugo Maggie I Talise Coven. I have no idea.
It's
Maggie
called.
I Trolled Joe's Troll
Troll Discoven.
Trolled Descoven.
Okay, so should I pronounce it now? Okay, Hugo magi I troldeskoven.
Fuck that. What? I can't even.
The Danish is such a fucked up language. So it's actually one of the hardest languages to learn in the world. But yeah, that's another matter.
Shit, I'm gonna start dipping into the Danish library for these things.
No.
Or Swedish is maybe a little easier. So
say it one more time. Trolleskoven?
Troldeskoven. Yes.
Trolleskoven.
Magi I troldeskoven. Magic in the troll forest.
Magic in the Troll Forest. That's the name.
This is a very Danish fucking game.
It actually is because Hugo is Danish.
Oh, okay.
It's actually started like a little game on the TV2. It's a channel over here. It was like Hugo the Screen Troll. It was just like a game where they called someone from the audience, and then they played the game, online on television, and it was just like you had to jump like this, and there were obstacles, and then you could win something if you got through the course. So yeah, and then they made some games later on. So
oh shit, there you go.
Yeah,
it's like the Smurfs from Belgium. Is it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, fuck the Smurfs.
I don't know about Smurfs.
all I know is they're Belgian. That's all I know. All right, Figsy, what have you got for us?
Well, I'd love to be passionate and say I think Australia are going to win, even though we just had a win last night and we're second in the group. But fortunately, I don't think the Aussies are going to take it. I'm going to say I think the World Cup's coming home. I really think it's coming home to Brazil. But yeah, I can't go past Brazil, even though Neymar may be out now. So here is Chavez card, and this is the Brazilian cover.
Is it sealed? Or just in a plastic?
Yeah, it's sealed.
Okay. Chavez.
I absolutely love the artwork of this one. It's one of my favorite artworks on the PS3.
You need to go watch El Chavo. I don't know. Maybe they have
I've heard good things about it.
Oh, I used to watch El Chavo growing up. Me, my grandmother, my siblings, we'd watch and laugh. But yeah, just like Hugo, and it's a Latin American thing. But anyway,
is it a TV show or what?
Yeah, it was a TV show. It was live action, and there's one actor. He played Chavo. He played a bunch of different characters on the show. But yeah, there's just adults dressed like children, and they'd screw around and they just being shitty kids.
Okay.
And it's one on yeah, it is what it is. But yeah,
I recall the actors actually passed away from the show.
Yeah, right? It was a big deal. Yeah, when he passed away, and well, in Mexico it was. Here nobody gave a fuck. But
that's what triggered the price rise initially of it, if I can recall.
Oh, you think? Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, it was like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, but El Chavo, and then El Chapulín Colorado. He was another character played by the same dude. But that's and then the show was just but same set of people, but they would play different characters, like sketch comedy, but for kids, but adults. I don't know. You'd have to watch it, and it was a time and a place. Yeah, I'm not doing it any justice explaining it right now. But
So it was like a show where you could watch it with your kids, and you would both enjoy it.
yeah.
Maybe that's why it got so popular.
Yeah, it was a Mexican show, and yeah, like I said, it was on there in Panama, but it was a Mexican show, and I'm sure it was shown all throughout South America, and obviously Brazil in Portuguese, but I never seen it in Portuguese. And I don't know, the El Chavez, it bothers me, to be honest, the title, because to me it's El Chavo, but anyway, El Chavo.
What does that mean? Does it have a meaning? El Chavez.
No, El Chavo. It's just a name. It's just a name.
Yeah, it's just a name. Okay.
Yeah, like Johnson or Figalo. Is it Figalo or Figalo? How do you pronounce it?
Figalo.
It's Figalo?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Is it Italian?
So it's actually I'm Maltese, but it's a Sicilian origin name.
Oh, so you're
in the map.
You're connected.
I would say it's that what you say.
It was early 1800s when they would have migrated from Sicily to Malta. So
we're just gonna make gross stereotypes about you based on your last name from here forward.
Now we're back to the World Cup, guys. I want to. Have you guys been watching the World Cup at all?
Sorry, what did you say?
Have you guys been watching the World Cup?
Yes, of course.
I check after the game's over to see who won. That's the extent of my participation. But no, a lot of my Panamanian friends they're really big into it, and I'm always hearing about it. And but all I know is we tied Wales, and I have a Welsh friend, and I have a couple of British friends, and we tied the Brits. And I hope the U.S. does well. You know, I'm a rainy day or a sunny day fan. If the team's doing well, I'll follow them. If they suck ass, you know, I could give two shits. But
I think the US have already done well. They could lose their last game and they're going home proud. They've driven against England, you know. England supporters have taken it like a loss.
Oh, really?
I'd worth looking up some bars from England after the game. You see all the supporters like throwing their beers at the TV.
Oh, that's too bad. No, I hopefully the U.S. goes all the way. If not, you know, I got the teams that I root for. I got a tier list, but anyway.
I've actually been making the World Cup part of my working lifestyle. Taking advantage of working for myself. I've been sleeping during the day and staying up all night working while the games are on. I've actually got a Discord group where we're talking about the World Cup. So if you're watching any of the games, feel free to jump in the Discord group, and we're talking about all the games, chatting amongst other collectors. There's people from lots of different countries in there: Romania, Saudi Arabia, US, Germany, Spain. So it's actually really cool to chat with different collectors from these countries while watching the game. So feel free to jump in the Discord if you're not.
You're always texting me. Are you watching the game? No, I'm working.
Don't tell me the score.
Exactly. So I don't have to watch all the games, but you know how much I love watching soccer. It's more like I have a passion for Premier League, because I think this is just the best league in the world. None of the games, of course, some of the games are a little boring, but most games are just like, you know, 100 miles an hour. So yeah, I really enjoy it. So of course I watch the games I can, but it's not like I want to watch all of them. Well, but I'm really rooting for, you know, if the US win, I will like. I'm really rooting for. I think Brazil will win, but I'm really rooting for a non-favorite team to win. I always do that because I think that's great if one of the non-favorites win. So. Yeah.
Is this Neymar guy? Is he Brazilian?
He's Brazilian, yeah.
because I'm playing as you know, I play PUBG still to this day, and there's some sort of Neymar promotion going on right now. You like you play like you play X games in a row, and and you get points, and you get a Neymar shirt you can wear in the game, and a Neymar level 3 helmet. Is he any good? I mean, you mentioned he's going out. He's got problems.
Yeah, he got injured. He's probably like, I don't know. You might have remember the name Ronaldinho or Ronaldo from 20 years ago.
Yeah. The Ronaldo took him out.
No, but he's like the modern day Brazilian. You know, he's the man to take them to a World Cup. So
the one I remember is Pele. He was Brazilian, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was on Sesame Street when I was a kid. Just to give you an idea how fucking old I am.
But I think Ronaldinho was actually cool. He was also a cool person.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk shit about Neymar, but yeah, you know, he's maybe not the most moral person.
I heard on the radio today a little fact about Neymar. He faked an injury in a game, and his faking of this injury was so bad. It was such a lousy faking that the New York Times invited some
rolling.
The New York Times invited some acting coaches. They interviewed some acting coaches to explain how bad this guy's fakery was. I mean, is this common?
Yeah, it's coming with him. Yeah,
it's coming memes from the last World Cup, definitely.
Yeah, what was it? The last World Cup where he was like rolling.
Yeah,
and rolling. And they made like a GIF with that rolling, like the song. So
I'm
gonna have to look up Neymar memes after we get off here.
Yeah, memes. Yeah.
Well, that's the PlayStation Collectors podcast. But interestingly enough, me and Rasmus talk to each other probably 2 or 3 times a week about the Premier League. And it's interesting. Like, I talk to Ras more about this than anyone else in the world. And, you know, we're collecting friends first, but our other hobbies, you know, have been merged. So it's cool. Like, I talk to other collectors about football as well. So, yeah, I just wanted to add that, even though we support different teams.
Yeah, but there's no rivalry. He's Chelsea. I'm Liverpool. So
this year we're both shit.
yeah. So not really a rivalry, but we are rivals. We both want to get in the top 4 this year. It's looking difficult for both teams, but it's not like. Of course, I'm rooting for my team, and it's not like I'm very happy if Chelsea loses or something. I want Liverpool to earn the spot. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And I now enjoy watching the Liverpool replays because then I can message you after, or watching the Liverpool games because I can talk to you about how your team's going. And
yes,
same with, you know, I've got a friend that follows West Ham. I'll talk about that, or a friend that supports Leeds and different things like that. So it's cool.
Leeds, cool. Yeah.
Speaking of soccer, I bought my daughter a soccer ball once. So sorry, guys. I don't know much about soccer.
Wow.
Well, hey, good job. Yeah, this is the future of the sport right there. Let's go.
It's the World Cup. This conversation won't happen again for 4 years. Don't worry.
Well,
I actually want to talk about a little subject. You know, Resident Evil series.
Yes.
There's a lot of controversy of which Resident Evil title is the best, because a lot of people say the 1, 2, 3 is like you know, the real horror, the real retro horror, and a lot of people said that that this one ruined the series Resident Evil 4 because it's more like action.
Wait. Is it PS? Let me see that cover. I've never seen that cover.
That's PlayStation 2. Resident
PAL
Evil.
version.
Yeah.
I would argue that
I mean,
number
obviously,
5 and 6 did that, Russ.
I obviously it's a PAL. I just never seen that cover. Shit, I thought I'd seen them all.
Can you see it?
But some people would
I
say
see it.
4 is the best in the series.
Exactly. That's my point. I really love 1, 2, 3, and as I said earlier, they really have some. That's what got me started with PlayStation. But I just think Resident Evil 4 is a masterpiece. It's a you got the horror, but you also got the action. So it's a perfect blend for me. And then they ruined it with 5. It was too much action, and 6, that's a whole other story. But I actually think 4 is for me it's the best.
That's your favorite.
It is. I really love the old ones, but 4 just blew me away. So
I maybe a popular opinion here, but I like the 2 remake. The 2 remake is my favorite, and
that's great.
The first one's good too, but 2 remake. What was a really shitty one on PS1? Metal Gear Survive or Metal Gear? What am I thinking?
Resident Evil Survive.
Resident Evil Survive.
Gungeon one.
Just a moment.
He's grabbing it.
Yeah,
Survivor. That's it.
This is shit. It's also Resident Evil Survivor 2, but it's on PlayStation 2. I got it in the back, but yeah, they're just horrible games. Yeah.
Number 5 and 6, they're bad games, but if you go back to that time, you can understand what they were trying to do, because every single AAA game, all the games selling copies were all, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Borderlands. There were so many. Bionic Commando. I'm just looking at my shelves right now. There's probably like 15 different AAA shooting series that were coming out at that time.
Yeah.
So to compete, you can understand why they were making horror games. They were making their horror games like that.
Isn't there a Resident Evil 4 remake on deck? Or
yes.
on the horizon? Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
I don't know. So, Resident Evil 4. It came out. They did one for the PS3 as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Is it a little too modern to be remade?
They remade The Last of Us. Come on.
No.
Yeah.
Is it too modern to be remade? You watch. They're going to do a Demon Souls PS.
Now, I wouldn't call The Last of Us a remake. That's more like a remaster, because they just made it prettier. They shined up a couple things, but it's basically the exact same game. With the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, it's obviously it's not the tank controls from the days past. So I don't know. But it is Resident Evil 4 is originally a PS2 game.
Yeah, it is.
But it didn't change that much when it came to PS3. Came over to PS3.
Did it come to PlayStation 3?
Only digitally, I was aware.
Yeah, digital. Yeah. It's only digital.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure if that version's updated or not. It's part of the anthology.
I don't think so, but they got we also got this one on PlayStation 4. So maybe that's what he's talking about. There's a physical PlayStation 4 copy of this. Yeah. Yeah.
I might have my head up my ass. Hold on. Sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And of course it plays better than the PlayStation 2 version, but it's mainly the same.
But we did get it in this. So it was released on PS3.
That's 6, Resident Evil 6. Oh, okay, that's a
So 4
that's why.
Available
Okay.
on the store to download off this.
Okay.
So you can play it on PS3. I'm not sure if it's got trophies, if they've added anything to it. Someone who's played it would need to comment.
I'm looking at Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition, PAL PS3. We never got one over here, it seems, but you guys got one.
No, not for the PS3. 4. No.
PS3. Dude, I'm looking at it right now.
Show us.
I don't know if you can see that shit.
Can't see shit.
No, you're gonna have to.
Oh my god.
It's the screen.
Is that a
so
steel
you
case? Well, because if that's a steel case, it was on PS2.
No, I'm looking on price charting right here. Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition, PAL, PlayStation 3.
No, doesn't exist.
Either that or you
You're
don't.
chatting to the two guys who wrote the list. It doesn't
Well,
exist.
I think you guys would know, but yeah, maybe again. Well, who knows? I could have swore it was on PS3. Again, like I said, sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Speaking of that, that's something I want to talk about.
the Holy Grail.
list that we made, Rasmus. The PAL list that we released, as well as the exclusive list. I know you and me spent a lot of months, as well as Sebastian and a lot of other collectors, and have helped publish these lists. So it's amazing that we went out of our way, didn't get any money or anything like this. It's just putting in time to help other collectors basically finish their collections. It's awesome.
Yeah, but for me it was also homework to finish my set, because I didn't want all that different variants and double packs, triple packs, special, whatever. I just wanted a complete vanilla set. One of each game. Of course, I collect some of the packets and but that's not the point. I just wanted to have a physical copy of each game, PlayStation 3 games. That was my mission. So that's why I made the list. But it was easy because you guys already did the homework. I just
95% of the work was done. It just needed someone to basically tidy it all up and make it all look pretty. But then it wasn't just that; it was confirming with 10 or 15 other collectors that it was correct.
Yes,
and that's the important part.
I just went through it and added the last game that was missing. So it really is not my it was a community thing. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are interested in this list, if you go to the PlayStation 3 Collectors group on Facebook and click on Files, which is at the top, if you're on PC, you can find this complete list and download it yourself. There's also complete lists of every PAL exclusive game, every North American exclusive game. And then for the North American set, Ricky's website's definitely the best for that, which we've touched on previously.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was about to say that, and I'll also be stealing that file from the PlayStation Collectors group and placing it on the PlayStation 3 and 10 group. So thank you for doing all the work for me, guys. And on that note, and on that note, Willie got to go pee-pee. Bye-bye.
Once again.
We should make a new game where you've got to guess how many times Will's going to go. If you had 4, you're a winner. That's one. Have you got the Silent Hill anthology on PS2, Russ? It's a big hitter that I've been eyeing off for a long time.
No, is that a NCC?
No, it's a PAL game. It's going for like 200 or 300 euros. It's crazy.
Silent Hill Anthology. Is it called that?
I'm sure it's the Silent Hill anthology on PS2. Well, it might be called the Silent Hill Collection.
Yeah. Okay. That one. No. HD Collection. Isn't it called that?
Yeah, on PS2 though, not the PS3 one.
Yeah. No, I don't have the PlayStation 2 one. I got like Silent Hill 2, of course, 3, 4, Origins. I think I also have. I don't have that damn Shattered Memories because
don't even talk about that one.
I wanted to wait for a UK copy back in the day because I find a Dutch copy. It was pretty cheap on Amazon. Just bought that shit because it's English. So but now it's just like I don't know how much money, but yeah, too much. So I don't want to spend that much. Do you know how much they're going for?
Yeah, it's hundreds of dollars. I was actually
Yeah.
going to mention with that game. I've actually heard it's a terrible game.
Yeah.
It's apparently one of the worst Vita games because it's on the Vita as well, and it's just
Yes,
as expensive.
exactly. Yeah, but
Which is crazy,
it's always like that. If you have a popular series, the worst game are the most expensive because it didn't sell that well. So yeah, so it makes sense, you know.
YL in chat was saying, "Can you find the full PS3 PAL list somewhere else?" If you send me a message, YL, and like we get chatting, I'll get your email and I'll email you a copy. So just feel free to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter or Instagram or wherever else you use. Guys, I have been doing a series the last couple of weeks where I get you guys to name a game and I ask you a few questions. So are you ready to name that game?
Let's go.
All right,
ready?
so I got 2 today. That's the wrong piece of paper. So the first one, it's a PS4 game. It is a fighting game, and it is the 7th release of the series.
BlazBlue.
King of Fighters.
No, King of Fighters. They're up to 16 now or 15. It's not Street Fighter.
So it's a PS4 game. It's a fighting game, and it's the 7th release of the series.
Tekken.
Tekken.
Ding, ding, well, half a second in.
Actually, I got to.
Of course, Tekken.
I got to give the credit to chat because thank you, Turner D Century.
All right, this next one might be a little bit harder, but I think you've really got to think outside the box for this one. So it is a skateboarding game.
Skate 3.
No.
Yeah.
It's on PS3.
Tony Hawk Ride.
No, and it features a snowboarder.
Oh yeah, it's goddamn, I know Sean Mitchell, something like that.
No. Sean Mitchell.
I'm giving points to Turner again. Turner gets double points, guys.
Sean White.
Sean White's skateboarding.
Sean White. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see that game. You got it with you? Let me see the thing.
I can grab it. It's
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking gross ginger. I know that fucking. Is that it?
Yeah, that were the 2 questions. I really need to sit down and work out like a full trivia thing because I love doing that type of stuff.
I got one real quick. It's a PS4 game. It starts with O. It starts with O and it ends with I. It's Amori. Amori, get on it. Drive the price through the roof. All right.
Come on, guys. Will needs to leave his job. Will's trying to retire here.
I'm buying all the copies out there. Speaking of fucking PS4, Rasmus, what was the last game you posted? I got
it here.
Let me see it.
Kiwi. I wasn't sure that was released outside of Australia and New Zealand.
Now, some people said in the comments that the game was decent.
Yeah.
I no. Here's the sealed. If you play, did you play a digital copy?
No. I haven't played it yet, but I heard a lot of people saying it's a really fun co-op. So yeah, I might wrap this one up. Should I?
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Unboxing.
Oh my god! It hurts. Don't do it.
You guys know what a kiwi is?
Yeah, it's a bird, and it's also it's a small flightless bird. It's also what they call people from New Zealand. Holy shit! Oh, I have a bone to pick with you, Mr. Rasmus. And
Okay.
it's also a brand of shoe polish here in America.
I want to
Kiwi.
smell that, Ras. Give us a good smell.
You say you want to smell that,
Mm.
Ras?
Oh, it's a smell. I can
Yeah,
smell it here.
it's like 10 euros game, so
Well,
it was
at least it's in there. Rasmus,
no manual.
a couple years ago or a year ago, probably a couple years ago,
Yeah.
I posted. I got a copy of Odin Sphere on PS3, and it was sealed. And I posted. I've talked about this before, and I posted it in my group, and I asked the question: does this seal look correct to you? Does this look right? Now, I knew the question. I knew the answer already, but I was just trying to make content. And you come out of the woodwork, and you're like, no, it is fake. There is no PS3 tear strip on it. I was like, this motherfucker. This is an NTSC, and it was only that was actually the first time that I learned that PAL games have an NTS have a tear strip.
I was just messing with you. So,
no,
yeah.
you didn't know either, you motherfucker.
I knew. So
oh, fuck you then, man. Oh man, but anyway,
I got you.
You hurt my feelings, and I carry that hatred around with me to this day. So there you go.
I'm sorry, Will.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
You live rent free in my heart for. Anyway, I just want
PTSD from that comment.
How dare you, this pal motherfucker! And then I still have the screenshot buried in my phone somewhere. You posted never trust a PAL PS3 collector, and it says Rasmus Nygaard, and I got it. I'm gonna go post that in your group. It'll take me a couple days to dig it out, but it's in there somewhere. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah,
and
that's funny.
That is my fondest Rasmus Nygaard memory. Yeah, everybody gets free games and sends him free games. He tells me my fucking shit's fake. Fuck you.
Hooking it up and fake.
Fake. That shit's fake. Yeah. So
after the podcast tonight, guys, I'll actually be premiering a new YouTube video where I've picked up a bunch of rare games at garage sales. So if you're listening in, be sure to check that video out. It's been about a week since I put one out.
And I haven't plugged this one, but James Johnson on the PS3 Ain't Dead, or actually the PlayStation Ain't Dead YouTube channel has finally finished his set so far for the PS5. So go check that out. I also made a funny little YouTube short as well, so go check that out. So yeah, PS3 Ain't Dead. Figsy, what's your Figsy Games? What's the name of your channel? What's the proper name?
Figsy Games.
Figsy Games.
Yours is PlayStation Ain't Dead, not PS3 Ain't Dead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
plug the right channel, Will.
I corrected myself. Fuck you, man. Shit. Anyway, hey, you got anything you want to plug, Rasmus?
Yes, I think Jared and me got a similar passion for these kind of games. I'm talking about strategy games. You know, This was the shit back in the day. I think maybe this is my first video game ever. Maybe it was Civilization 1. I can't remember. And it was just like we had a Windows PC, and you had to insert the what are they called? The
disc.
The flop disk. Yeah, and it was just like 6 of them, and you have to plug one in, and it was MS-DOS, and you had to. It was you have to write a command. It's like install whatever, etc. On the C drive or something like that, and then you have to wait and then pop it out. Number 2, and so back in the day it was just it was a struggle to play games. So that's why we really cherished the games back in the day, because you just there was so much work with it to install, and it was, and it's you. I think it's missing from today's games. The struggle to install it and all that, and finally you can. Oh, now I can. There's too many games now, so it's like, oh, that's shit. I don't want to play that, and I have 1,000 games, but I can't find a decent game to play, and I always go back to games like these, because if I want to chill, that's the shit, or FIFA, FIFA career mode or something like that.
What's Civilization about? It's just
it's just like a world builder. You start with a civilization like the Aztecs or something, and then you start with a settler, and usually one army or what it's called, and then you settle the town, and you build cities, you build city buildings, and then you can build another settler and put that build another city, and so on.
You almost think of the map like a big board game map, and you try to take over every square.
Yeah.
Just on that, Ras, it is really interesting the point you made. How games used to be hard to get. You just made me think of when I was a kid. Not just hard to get, but I remember getting games off people, and you didn't know if it was going to work on your computer or not. And I remember only a certain amount of games would actually work. And it wasn't until the late 2000s where you could play whatever. And, you really took for granted those few games that you did have.
Exactly. So
I was never a PC player. I never, my family never had one growing up. And no, I'm sorry. I have nothing to add to this conversation. But no, I
love Civilization.
I do have Sid. Is it a Sid Meier's game? Is that correct?
Sid Meier's. Yeah.
I think I have it on PS3. I will check it out on your. Is the PS3 one any good?
The PS3 game's actually really good. I would put
really good. Yeah.
I've probably put 30, 40 hours into it. So
yeah. What's it called? Civilization Revolution or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can finish it in one setting. You can play a full game in 5 hours.
Exactly. It's more fast paced, so it's more like mainstream, because some strategy games can be a little slow. You have to really build it up, and something that's a little boring. But Civilization Revolution, it brings both things to the table. It's also fast paced, but it's also a strategy game. So yeah, they really did a good job with that one. So yeah.
On your recommendation, I will check it out then. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Risk? Well, it's almost similar.
I played Risk.
Yeah.
I played Risk, but the board game, never on computer. I played Risk, Axis and Allies. You guys played Axis and Allies, the board game?
Not the board game.
No.
There's a PC version of it. I might have played that.
Oh yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm not a board game guy, but the thing that's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's like Risk, but you got tanks, and you got it's World War II, so you got tanks and little planes, and you move them across the board. Anyway, little trips.
I got the old Risk. We play it from time to time with friends. We actually played it 2 weeks ago here with 7 of my friends. So yeah, or 6. I think we were 6 players. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is cool. Risk. Yeah.
PlayStation Collectors Podcast. Let's get the
the board game collectors podcast. No, we used to play Risk as kids, and we'd all get together. Well, teenagers, I'd say, and we'd get mad, and we'd make an earthquake happen and just end the world. But that's another story. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say goodnight. It's getting really late here.
Yeah, I was about to do the same thing, Will. It's been an absolute pleasure, Russ.
Yeah, it's fucking been fun, man. Thanks for reigniting my passion for this podcast. I was about to quit because but
glad to help.
I had a good time, and thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. Who do we got next week, Figs?
We got Chris on Friday from the Collectors of America group.
Oh yeah, Chris Schramm's coming on next week. Oh shit, I gotta get in touch with him. But anyway, yeah, that sounds like a fun time. Good night, Figsy. Good night, Ramsey. I almost called you Ramsey.
just call me Ramsey.
I'll say one thing before you go, Ras. It's Australia versus Denmark tomorrow, a couple of days. So good luck.
Yes.
May the best team win. Basically, the winner of that progresses to the next round. So one of us will be out.
Yeah, we will see who's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, whoever paid most money to fucking FIFA is gonna win. Anyway.
I'll have a YouTube video dropping after this, guys. So be sure to check that one out. And have a good night, everyone. Peace.
Good night.